what's happening, guys? It's Tuesday and we are at the Hack and Pack shop, and we're going to start on part 3 of our Grand Marquis Ford Victoria door replacement, yada yada yada. Alright, this is where we're at right now. I worked on this car until the wee hours of the morning, and I do have the replacement doors bolted into place. That don't mean a job's done by any means. Alright, we have some gap issues. Okay? Very tight gap here. Very tight. The door's just about overlapping right there. Okay? This door, pretty good. Door is sticking out at the top a little bit, and it's sucked way in down here. So what that's telling me is it's not going to only need a little bit more work on the post. There's a good possibility that this lower hinge is just messed up. Now, I did get in here last night. I removed the seat belt. Okay, so I'll try to show you a little bit better here. Hopefully you guys can see okay. Right there, if you see those two bolts, right there, those are for that lower hinge. Now what I did is I stuck a couple blocks in here. These blocks, stuck them in just like that, made like a T pattern so it'd get between the bolts. Something like that. And I wailed the piss out of it with a sledgehammer. Okay? Trying to be careful to not disturb anything else, and you do have to move the seatbelt out of the way to do so. And this was kinked pretty good. This actually came out probably a good, I would say almost a 1/4 of an inch. You could see here where the paint's broken, where it actually had a pretty good kink in it. Okay, so we might not have that much further to go on the post, at least in this area. There is still damage down here in the bottom. But a lot of times when a car does take a hit like this, it does bend the door hinges. And you can hear that hinge. Okay? Now the hinge, looking at it, it looks okay. But you see here this huge gap, and this is because I have the door actually all the way out. Okay? You can adjust this door in and out about a 1/4 of an inch. Okay? I don't even have the bottom bolt, and I just have the top bolt and the lower hinge, and both bolts are in the top hinge. But you can see this gap here. I could stick my finger in here. Okay? This hinge, it's a very, very good possibility that it's bent, and we're going to take a ride to the junkyard shortly and go get a hinge for it. Off the same car, remove these doors. And plus the door being adjusted out, that's why it's got this huge gap right here. Now if we look at the other side, I'll show you. Open this door up the rest of the way here. The gap in here isn't as big. I could barely get my finger stuck in here. Especially here, I can't even get my finger in there. And that's because I have the door adjusted out also, but it's still, again, the lower hinge is a good possibility. It's a culprit why a lot of this stuff isn't lining up. Now, I was going to grab a hinge while I was at the junkyard. My gut intuition told me to do so, but unfortunately I didn't have any Torx bits with me to remove the seat belt. So I just grabbed the doors and figured I'd wing it. So now we're going to go back to the junkyard with the Torx bits, and we're going to go ahead and get this lower hinge. So I just wanted to show you guys where we're at so far with this project. Okay, so far time invested about 5 hours, which isn't so bad. But we're gonna go to the junkyard. We're gonna put a lower hinge on. I'm gonna show you how to do that. Pretty simple. And we're gonna continue on. Obviously the stripe here, it's different, but I'm painting these doors anyway, so it doesn't matter. And I'm also gonna show you guys how to do one of these painted pinstripes. We're gonna end up painting the whole side of the car. I mean, I almost wouldn't have to, but the clear coat's peeling on this replacement door. So I'm going to be stuck painting these doors anyway, even though they are a damn good match. I'm just going to shoot the whole side of the car just because we have a little bit of damage up there, a little bit of rust at the bottom of the fender. There is a little bit of rust at the bottom of the doors. So I'm going to blend into these quarters, or into the quarter, into the fender anyway, and then we're going to paint this pinstripe back on it also. But that'll be in another video. So I just wanted to show you guys an update of what's going on. I haven't changed any hardware on the insides of the doors, none of the wiring, none of that stuff's hooked up yet. And I'm not going to do any of that until these doors are lined up, opening and shutting perfectly. And then we'll go ahead and I'll show you guys how to do all that stuff. So for now, have a goody goody. We'll be back later. See ya.